All right, we live.
Uh,
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Let It Be Known. Today we got in my boy Dasani, big time Raider fan.
what's good? What's good? What's
How you
happening?
doing? How you doing, Dasani? Your Raiders just got your first loss of the season, brother.
Yeah, bad. Hey, it was bad loss. Bad team win. Bad quarterback play. Hey, it's all right. Move on next week. The next week will be better.
All right, so the Raiders end up losing 24-19. This is supposed to be the big breakout game for Derek Carr and Davante Adams. Who else you guys signed at defense? Who was it?
Max Crosby. You got
You guys
Chandler
got Max.
Jones.
Yep.
Anthony Averett. It's a whole bunch of people on that defensive side.
It was supposed to be a big game for the Raiders. You guys were supposed to have the big ass breakout game. You guys signed all these players in the off season, and it wasn't what I was expecting. I can't lie. The Chargers, they did their thing, but Derek Carr, that's what I wanted to talk about today. What's going on with him? Y'all just signed him. Y'all just gave him the contract. I don't agree with it. I didn't agree with it when they first gave him the contract. But what did you see? What did you see from Derek Carr last night or yesterday?
I seen throws that he's never made or that he never usually makes or not makes but throws. I think with us having a new offense and like Davante said, us having a new regime and how complex it was and everything, I think we were trying to figure things out. And the stuff that we were trying out was just not going our way. I think the pressure by the Chargers defense was getting to us. Nobody was blocking. Carr was making bad throws. Renfro just got completely locked up. Like it was just a bad game overall. I'll say the Raiders had a bad game and the Chiefs, or not the Chiefs, but the Chargers just played way better than us and outsmarted us. Better game plan.
See, this is what I seen. I seen Derek Carr making bad plays, bad decisions. I seen Derek Carr being Derek Carr and the Raiders being the Raiders. It looked like the same Raider team, and they just added Davante Adams to me. That's all it was. That's all I seen. I seen the same Raiders squad from last year, and they added Davante. Davante was still doing his thing, and that's what I seen. But Carr had what? 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles. He 22 for 37, 295.
Yes,
Like that
sir.
looks like a Carr football game. Like 2 fumbles, 3 interceptions. And then what? And then you target Davante 17 times.
That's where we messed
10
up.
receptions, 1 touchdown, 141.
That's where we messed up at. I think, in my opinion, I think Carr got too damn excited because with it being his first time having a real, like, quote unquote number one receiver, I think he got too damn excited and forgot that he got D-Wall out there, he got Renfro. But outside of that, I think the way the Chargers play defense on Renfro and Waller, I think their game plan coming in was to take away Renfro and Waller and make Adams beat us, and obviously that worked. But there was no way in hell that we should have threw Davante the ball 17 times. Because if you look back at last year, we did the same thing with Waller. Week 1 targeted him like 19 times or something, and almost lost that game until the minute we started spreading the ball around, and then the offense started to click. But that's why I said bad week, move on to next week.
I think that's always been like my problem with Derek Carr. I don't think he's a bad quarterback, but he doesn't distribute the ball enough. He's when he has that main target, like you said, he's only gonna target him. You kind of seen that with Hunter Renfro a little bit last year. I feel like Darren Waller could have had a bigger year than what he had. You still got who you guys got next week?
The Cardinals.
Yeah, that's gonna be another tough game. They just got worked yesterday, but I don't know. You think you guys could beat the Cardinals?
Yeah, for sure. Because if you look back at yesterday's game that we played a bad game and still only lost by 5 points. There was some other things too that I'm not gonna sit here and say we lost because of the refs, but there was a certain play that happened in that game that if if it was not had called, if they didn't, forget. I'm gonna just throw it out
Look,
there.
I don't want to hear about the fucking
No,
Reds.
no, 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 no,
Every
no, 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 no,
time,
no,
I
no,
don't want to
no,
hear
no,
about no
no,
fucking
no, no, no,
Reds.
no. You'll agree. You're gonna agree with me. I don't know if you've seen it, but the play that Justin Herbert slid on, they said that was a roughing the passer. Tell me, was that a roughing the passer?
No, all right. That wasn't a
Exactly.
rough and passer, but what
No,
about the whole rest of the game where
no, no,
Derek
no, no,
Carr
no,
was
no.
playing shit?
I'm saying, no. I'm saying we had a bad game. We definitely had a bad game. I'm not taking that. I'm not saying that we didn't, but am saying no. In a close game, the fact that we had a bad game and only lost by 5 points, that play right there with them calling that roughing the passer, that was bullshit. Because the Chargers scored. If you take away that touchdown and they kick a field goal, with the amount of points that we ended up scoring, we would have won that game. We would have won that game because on one of them drives or a couple of those drives that they stopped us, all we would have had to do was kick a field goal.
Look, to me, when I'm watching the game, I see Derek Carr just holding the ball too long. The O-line, you see the O-line collapsing, but you stay right there or you run straight into the offensive lineman. I felt like Derek Carr should have ran out, booted it out, ran out to the outside, tried to make some plays with his legs. It looked like he was still staying in that pocket.
That because he's a pocket quarterback. He's not a mobile. He can get mobile.
Derek Carr is pretty quick.
No,
Derek Carr.
No. When I say quick, he's not no Lamar Jackson. He's not no Russell Wilson. He not no he's quick,
but he's just as fast as Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers gets out the pocket.
Nah, they might be on the same speed, maybe.
I think he's even faster than Aaron Rodgers.
See, Carr has enough speed to get just enough by you. It's not like no crazy speed, but it's just enough to get by you. But you know how many times and he would have.
And that's what I mean, though, bro. If you're a quarterback, you're look, you that's all you need for a defensive lineman to run out, boot it, go deep.
Yeah, but you doing it for a whole game, that's different. For something that you're not used to doing.
He didn't have to do it for a whole game.
Yeah, he did.
You got to learn how to do that. You got a player like Davante Adams, which quarterback was Aaron Rodgers, which Aaron Rodgers would always run out and bootleg to the pocket. Davante would run all crazy, find the opening spot, get open, and that's how they got the big plays. You see when the plays was breaking up, Davante was doing his own thing. And then he was getting open.
Some
of the plays that Davante was getting. Some of the places he was getting open, he was kind of finding the open space and going to it.
You're saying Carr was finding Davante?
No, I'm saying Davante, right? So Davante, right? When the play's starting to look like it's going bad, Davante would go do his own thing, find a green space for Carr and get wide open. Davante would be wide open in the green area because he broke the play because the play took so long. But Derek Carr, if he actually left the pocket, those plays would have got way bigger gains than they got.
I guess, but if you really watched that game, if you paid attention to our O-line, the minute he was snapping the ball, Khalil Mack was right there.
And that's what I mean. The offensive line is ass. So what Derek Carr would have to do is boot out. So you give your players opportunity.
But you got Khalil Mack on one side and you got Joey Bosa on the other.
Okay, you got Max Crosby and you got
I get. But I'm saying though is that they have better O linemen than us, so they didn't have to worry about that yesterday. A lot
of it was just Derek Carr's decision making.
No, it was. It was. I'm not saying that Carr didn't have a bad game. Carr really did cost us that game. But I'm saying though is that you also have to look at it was a whole team thing, but Carr did cost us that game. But you have to really look at that O line. Like that O line's been suspect since last year.
They have been suspect.
That was the only thing I was nervous about. Like I knew we had the weapons.
You think Derek Carr is just gonna stop force feeding Davante because that don't make no sense? 17 targets, and he only threw like 32 balls, I think.
Yeah,
30 balls, and he threw 17 to Davante.
But I think also too is Josh Jacobs had what 50. It was like 56 yards or something like that, and he was averaging 56. He was averaging 5.6 yards per carry, and we didn't give him the ball for shit. That right there would have opened up the pass game if we were giving him the ball.
I felt like the pass game, yeah, they should have ran the ball a lot
Like,
more. That's right.
Jacobs
was running the ball pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. Jacobs was eating, and that right there, that's why I kind of feel like things were starting to open up for us when we like towards the end of the game, like when we were starting to score and stuff and kind of pick it up, was because we were giving Jacobs the ball. And then after, I feel like it was already too late by then, because it was like the late third quarter going into the fourth, I think, when we tried to basically make a comeback. So,
right. So here's my question then. Is Davante Adams more important to Aaron Rodgers than Aaron Rodgers is important to? So is Davante Adams more important to Aaron Rodgers than Aaron Rodgers is important to Davante Adams?
Wait. Say that again.
Is Aaron Rodgers more important to Davante Adams, or is Davante Adams more important to Aaron Rodgers?
No, Davante Adams is more important to Aaron Rodgers than Aaron Rodgers is to to Davante. Because the reason why I say that is because Davante and Carr, they was clicking. It was everybody else that was struggling to either get open, or I don't know what happened. I just know that Carr and Davante were connecting, because Davante wouldn't have went over 141 yards for nothing if him and Carr weren't connecting.
I don't know. I think Davante wouldn't have went for 141 if Carr wasn't force feeding him the ball. Even when Davante was guarded, Carr was still forcing that shit up to him. Either way it went. It don't matter if he was covered or not.
No, I know. No, but that
and then Carr. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
Oh. No, it's because that's what takes me back to saying that I think Carr got too damn excited that he finally has a real number one receiver in a guy like Davante. And I think he kept trying to force so much stuff to him because he even said it in his press conference yesterday. He said that he basically said, I felt like I forced stuff that didn't need to be thrown, basically. And that's why I said that's not how Derek Carr normally plays. Normally, Derek Carr spreads the ball around. That's why I said you don't know whose game is going to be in our receiving core, because he spreads the ball around.
All right, so I get what you're saying with Derek Carr, but what specifically makes Davante more important to Aaron Rodgers than Aaron Rodgers makes to Davante Adams?
Well, we seen what happened yesterday when with Davante being gone. Aaron Rodgers played like shit. That's what happened. Aaron, what did he do? He had a pick, 186 yards. And wait, hold on. Don't they normally too own the Vikings?
They do. Yeah, they usually whoop on the Vikings every year.
That's what I'm saying. Now it's the opposite. Now was the first game.
Oh, wait. I think the Vikings beat them last year for the first time, 2 straight times. I think so. I think the Vikings might have swept them last season.
Oh, we gotta look back on it, but either way, normally the Green Bay Packers get the best of the Vikings. And the first game that happens, Aaron Rodgers goes out there, because this is his test. He goes out there and throws 186 yards or something like that for one. I don't know. He even throw a touchdown, so no touchdowns and 1 interception. I'm
not gonna hold you though. I'm gonna agree with you right here, because I seen Derek Carr put up stats that, even though, let's say you take away all the interceptions, you took away all the fumbles that Derek Carr did yesterday, and let's say you just looked at the good, the positive.
Yeah.
It made him and Davante Adams connection was crazy. I can't lie. Even though he was force feeding them when he didn't need to, the connection was clean. But then if you watch Aaron Rodgers, that whole game, all his receivers were struggling with Aaron Rodgers all game. But he was missing offensive linemen. He does have a straight pure rookie core, so you do have to put that in there.
Yeah. No, I'll give him that. But like I said, I mean, I've seen like, oh well, actually, you could take it back. You could take it
You could
back.
go because you could go way back. We seen Aaron Rodgers been doing this, but you could also say we haven't seen Carr doing this
He
since
did it last,
Davante came on.
he did it last year when we had
He
no.
wasn't. He didn't look as good as last game. I mean, like he didn't have to do much. Davante was getting open all game. He didn't have to do much. He didn't have to. He had one play where you had Davante running straight down the sideline. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. He was supposed to throw it right over the shoulder. He fucked up the throw, and it was an incompletion.
Are you
It was
talking about
Davante Adams running at the seam.
Are you talking about the one that was in the end zone, the fade?
Nah, it was running straight down on the sideline. Right on the dash. Straight down. He had to put it right over his shoulder, but he missed the throw. He kind of underthrew it.
I kind of remember, but I kind of don't, because there was two plays. There was like two plays that was like that where the ball was overthrown. But I know one of them. The first the fade that went in the end zone. Davante said that he could have made a better play on that because he said it was a good ball. It was just he didn't make a good play on it. But I'm gonna look back on the other one after, because I don't remember what you're talking about.
I just feel like Carr will need Davante more than I guess Aaron Rodgers would need Davante, but I agree though. I feel like Davante is more important than Rodgers.
Yeah, because like I said, like Rodgers has always had like good receivers. Like people act like Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb were some bums. Like they're like what's his name? Jordy Nelson. He might not be a star, but he's a damn good ass receiver. He's still a receiver that can go over 1,000 yards easily. Like he ain't no scrub. So
Jordan Nelson not no scrub.
Like Randall Cobb is not no
Randall
scrub.
Cobb not no scrub.
Like, even
but if you look at his team today, it's pretty much full of scrubs or young players that haven't proven themselves.
Yeah, no, but that's what I've been looking for. I want to see what Rodgers could do when there's no weapons out there, like no stars, no.
But how is a quarterback supposed to produce with no stars? You've been saying this for years. You've been saying this for years. No. Derek Carr needs Davante Adams.
No,
You've been saying that.
But I'm saying no. Look, what you ever heard of Zay Jones?
Yeah, I have heard of Zay Jones.
No. Before last year, have you ever heard of Zay Jones?
Maybe once. Maybe.
That's my point. He balled out with Zay Jones.
But Rodgers makes nobodies into somebodies.
Huh?
You think Randall Cobb would have been balling anywhere else like he balled with Aaron? You think Jordy Nelson would be balling anywhere else like he balled with Aaron?
So did Randall Cobb not ball when he went to Dallas?
I'm not saying he didn't ball, but he didn't ball the same as he balled with Rodgers.
He's up there, but he's one. First of all, he's not the number one receiver. Well, no.
Right now, he is the number one wide receiver on that team. On this Packers team right now, he's the number one wide receiver.
On Dallas, when he was on Dallas, I'm trying to think who's on that squad. I forgot what year it was, but whatever year he got to Dallas, I think he was like their number 2 or number 1 receiver, but he's not the same receiver that he was before because he's up there in age. But he balled out. He still did pretty good for him being up there in age. He still did pretty good. Like it might not be actually. No, I take that back actually because he was putting up the same numbers in Dallas that he was putting up in Green Bay. He's never been a 1,000-yard receiver like that. He's always been somewhere like around 900 to like 800 yards, somewhere around.
No, Randall Cobb, he's always been like a big play wide receiver.
Yeah. Jordy was always the 1,000-yard receiver. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like Zay Jones is nowhere. Like, bro, I think the most yards Zay Jones has ever had was last year, and that was 500.
Zay Jones put up 500.
Yes, bro, that's bad.
Long. But how old is Zay Jones?
I think he's like in his late 20s. Yeah, he's in like his late 20s, about to be pushing in his early 30s.
Said about to be pushing in his early 30s.
Yeah, something like that. But like he's never been like that. Was really the most yards he's had was 500, and that shit got him paid. That's crazy.
That is kind of crazy. How much he get? How much was his contract?
He got like So by the end of his contract, he'll have like 30 million. So like I think each year it's like 9 million or something like that. That's a lot for him. That's a lot.
That is hella solid.
Like that's what I'm saying. But like even like speaking of that too, because Carr, if like what people don't understand about Carr is Carr has gotten a lot of receivers paid. We can start with Zay Jones, Darren Waller. He had Mari Cooper. Who else? Trying to think of the receivers he's played with. No, I can't say Crabtree, but he was still putting up the same numbers that Crabtree was putting up in San Francisco. He did the same thing. He did the same thing with us. So that's why I keep saying.
Ooh. Sonny, hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. You back.
Oh, my bad. I don't know if it was my internet that went out. But whatchamacallit? But he's got a lot of guys paid. Like that's the thing. Like that's why I keep saying like a lot of people talk shit about him, but he's gotten a lot of guys paid, and he's turned around a lot of guys' careers, like a lot. So
and that's how we should have had it. I just changed the camera. Damn, I didn't know we could have it like that. Hey, that would have been lit though.
this motherfucker.
Hey, fuck it. No, next time.
Man.
But shit, I think that's a lie though.
I
think we're gonna call it at that, y'all.
Uh,
I appreciate Sonny for hopping on, man. Next time we hop on, well, it's gonna be lit, man. Fuck it. But all right, yeah. Later.